Alien Day is just a few days away, but 20th Century Studios has already lifted the curtain on new teaser trailers for Alien Earth, the upcoming FX television series, and for Predator Badlands, set for theatrical release in November. I'll touch on the Alien Earth teaser just briefly because, honestly, there isn't too much to talk about. Yet again, it's another teaser trailer that appears as its own independent entity, not containing any footage or significant plot details from the actual series. It plays out as an infomercial of sorts. It's referred to as a public service announcement, showing some generic stock footage before it arrives at its ominous message. Then we get what is admittedly a cool visual of an alien embryo imposed onto an image of the Earth. But this embryo looks a little different than what we're used to, so it's raising a little bit of intrigue there. Then the Earth is snatched up in the jaws of a xenomorph, which all goes hand in hand with newly released posters for the series. I like the posters, I like the visuals they're communicating. I think it's well done in the sense of it communicating the aliens on Earth, but I'm getting a little tired of the teasers at this point. I really hope we end up seeing something a little more substantial on Alien Day. As far as the Predator Badlands teaser is concerned, it's a completely different story there. It very obviously includes footage that is more likely than not to be from the actual film. Just 90 seconds or so, but a lot gets thrown at us. Here's an updated synopsis from IGN. Predator Badlands, which stars Elle Fanning and Demetrius Schuster-Kolomatangi, is set in the future on a remote planet, where a young predator, Schuster-Kolomatangi, outcast from his clan, finds an unlikely ally in Tia, Fanning, and embarks on a treacherous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. The film is directed by Dan Trachtenberg and produced by John Davis, Dan Trachtenberg, Mark Toberoff, Ben Rosselblatt, and Brent O'Connor. The biggest concept of all is that this trailer seems to confirm this new line of Alien and Predator movies from 20th Century Studios are within the same universe. They're connected at least through Weyland-Yutani, whose presence in Predator Badlands is indisputable at this point. There is a little Easter egg showing the company logo on a vehicle crashed on this desolate planet, possibly an outpost of Weyland-Yutani. If that wasn't enough, you can clearly see in one shot that Tia has her eyes rolled back, revealing the Weyland-Yutani logo, very similar to the way Andy did in Alien Romulus. I guess we can confirm now that Elle Fanning will be playing an android in this film. Or can we? Maybe that's only half true. Let's back up just a moment and consider this synopsis of Predator Badlands released several months ago. A groundbreaking film in which one of the two main storylines delves into the intricate bond of two very different sisters. Their familial ties are put to the ultimate test as they pursue divergent paths and missions. So could it be that Elle Fanning is actually playing dual roles here, one of a human and the other of an android version of herself? I think that could actually be very interesting. But if one is named Tia, who is the other? Tamara? Maybe not. If we look to Greek mythology, there are actually two notable but very different Tias. One, a nymph whose family was turned to stone. The other, a titan, the goddess of sight and vision. Or perhaps there is only one Tia, and this sister is actually an artificial surrogate designed to survive on a hostile environment while the human Tia controls her elsewhere. Something may be worth considering, or possibly that synopsis was just inaccurate. But that synopsis coincided with an interview with 20th Century Studios president Steven Asbell that really seems to be tracking with what we're seeing unfold here. He was asked, outright, if there were any plans on making an Alien vs. Predator movie. This was his response. Probably, but it wouldn't be in the way you think. That's the thing, not in the way that it will just be called Alien vs. Predator or anything like the original movies. If we do this, they'll be organically created out of these two franchises that we've continued with characters that we fall in love with, and those characters will combine. Perhaps. Elle Fanning's role aside, we can at least be assured that this is shaping up to combine these franchises. Whether or not it will be subtle and the company's involvement is the end of it, or if even some xenomorphs show up at some point, remains to be seen. You'd almost expect to see a xenomorph skull on the trophy wall, but that's not the case here. Instead, we have, among other skulls, what appears to be an alien from another 20th Century Studios franchise. The skull here looks unmistakably like one of the aliens from Independence Day. It may just end up being a harmless little Easter egg, but if there are serious suggestions that Alien and Predator also exist within the same universe as Independence Day, that could make things a little messy. If you happen to be among the few people who actually saw or even remembers Independence Day Resurgence, you may recall that Earth's entire history was rewritten post-1996. The world came together in harmony, wars and conflicts were ceased, and the implications of that are mind-boggling. So, for now, I'll lean more towards Easter egg. All those connections aside, was it a good teaser trailer? Did it do what it is intended to do by showing some exciting footage, not revealing too much, but generally amping up excitement for the film? I think so. But I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. This looks just so different from any other Predator film we've seen before, which is risky, sure, but it could pay off. Part of me definitely likes that I just don't know where they may be going with it. Even with something like Prey, which I enjoyed quite a bit, you could tell from the trailers exactly what you're going to get. With Badlands, not so much. We have a Predator in what seems to be a heroic role, we have an android, we have a mysterious planet full of threatening flora and fauna, and some advanced weaponry we've never seen before. This could end up being something very special, or it could end up being an astronomical misfire. It's probably too early to tell, but I'd say I'm intrigued enough at this point. What did you think of the Badlands teaser? Comment below and share your thoughts. Thank you as always for watching today. I'll be keeping an eye out for future Alien and Predator updates, and I'll be seeing you again on Alien Day. If you want to keep up to date, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and for more you can follow me on social media. I can be found on X, formerly Twitter, on the account @alien_theory, and on Facebook and Instagram on the accounts @alientheoryyt. I'll see you next time, and until then, this is Alien Theory, signing off.